guys. Ooh, my voice. Right, so that's that. And oh, I just saw my hair at the back. It's hilarious. Anyway, we'll just crack on. My hair at the back looks like 1920s or something. I was just experimenting. I think it's a bit short to go with the curly do. I'll let it dry naturally anyway. So if you're new to me, I won't, I don't start the thing chatting about my hair every time, although I do quite a lot, don't I? Right, I'm doing this new thing where I just go live in public. You know what I mean? This is the new Facebook for me. Oh my God, how weird. It's changed all the letters, but I like it. Today, I abandon my old habits and take up new, more positive ones. But the writing's all funky. Don't know if you can see that. Can you see it? Well, it's a bit delayed. Right, so sometimes affirmations will pop up. We might get another one before it finishes, and it's always going to be relevant to at least someone, if not all of us. Right, so yesterday I pulled a surrender card to give us the overall theme, and I actually already was shuffling a different deck, the crystal deck, and this card was in the wrong place. So I feel this card is for us too. So I'm leaving it there in case I forget to share that. So if I didn't already say, my name's Claire, I'm a shaman, I'm a medium. The most important thing for you to understand is I'm a healer, like code activations are always being emitted through my voice, my hands, my energy in general. If you are meant to hang around and listen, you'll just feel a strong pull to it. But most people that tune into me are people that know me quite well anyway. So say hello if you come on live. Nobody's live just now because I never give a warning really ever. But when I get a community tab, I will try to. But I mean, I don't get much of a warning, so that's just the way it is. Right, I keep forgetting to read the affirmation. So the affirmation for today, and by the way, happy full moon eclipse in Gemini. I am kind to myself as I make the shift from negative to positive thinking. I can do it. And this is something that I help pretty much every single one of my clients do. And I've helped some of them so much that actually when I'm having a bad day, they help me out of mine. That's the bonus of this kind of work. It's amazing. I've got loads of people around me that say back my own stuff to me when I forget or I'm having a shitty day. So I'm very, very grateful of that. Today's the 19th. The 19th is the Sun card in the tarot, which some deem to be the happiest card in the deck, or at least one of them. So that's positive, guys. We're not all about toxic positivity around here. If it's shit, I'm going to tell you, but that's quite a happy energy. We're in the last few days of Sagittarius. That's happy, light-hearted, fun, playing, party, although you're not really allowed to do much of that where I live right now. My partying days are kind of behind me anyway. I like to get an early night and a cup of tea most of the time. Although I'm sure I could be convinced to partying in the living room or the kitchen if the mood was swinging that way. So I don't know why I'm talking about dancing. So there's something about, I wonder if there's going to be cards about dancing coming up, because again, everything I say is part of this. So if you watched last night, that was quite funny. The charger, the laptop needed charge and it made a weird noise. And I was like, what? And I didn't even know what it was. I think I mustn't have ever let it get as news. I didn't let it get to that point. But anyway, yeah, it was part of it. It was part of the story that I was channeling. So yeah, right. What are we surrendering to? So I set my alarm for 20 minutes. So I've already been on here 5-ish, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 33 seconds. So 3 might be significant to someone. Usually that's ascended masters. So yeah, I'm aiming to stay here no longer than 30 minutes. So I might, repeat that. But if the alarm goes off, it means that I've been here 50 minutes, just to give me an indication, because I've got hardly any concept of time. Right, what are we surrendering to on this full moon? And same as always, it's going to be a collective energy reading, but it might be that you feel this was a personal message for you. I'll get messages like that every day. When it was my cards I was doing on Instagram and Facebook, which I've done for years now, or Facebook Lives, I'll get messages during and after, usually in my inbox, being like, oh my God, that felt like it was just for me. But it's so funny because I've got like at least a few people saying that was just for me. And it's like, no, it wasn't, because I've got 5 other people saying the same thing. But it's just amazing the way that spirit works. Right. Anyway, what are we surrendering to? And also, nobody's here right now that's live. So I will come back later on. So if you want a message for the full moon, if you use the donate button, so you'll see it's got coffee or something. It says like, if you're feeling generous. So yeah, if you use that donation button to donate a coffee, I was about to say I don't have coffee anymore, but that's lying. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a liar. Basically, yeah, I did give up coffee for about a month there. So again, with me talking about this, maybe somebody's thinking about doing that after Christmas, or maybe you're going hardcore and doing it now. Yeah, so basically I did give up coffee for a bit, but anyway, I don't know why am I going into so much details? So we've got a few themes here. Going into too much detail, that's a Virgo thing to do. And someone's giving up coffee. Lots of strange shit going on there. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is, if a few people donate, like a couple of people, then I'll come back and I'll do solely some individual readings like I done at the end of yesterday's video. But I'm typically, I don't want to do people's individual readings on the end of these videos, I don't think. Unless I did change my mind, but I'll do it separately. And just because it's the full moon. Anyway, we'll crack on with today's message. Oh, and there it is. So, but surrender your belief in scarcity. And I want to say, so the other card, in case it comes up again, was, oh, okay, both of them. The other card was about giving and receiving. So we've got here, surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to be open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. And like I said a minute ago, I'm very much in the business of helping people shift their mindset from overly negative to overly positive, because you can never be too bad. Well, you could if you were completely ignoring the negative, but having a healthy balance. And again, I do that in many different ways with spirit. And I'm very informal in the way that I do things, but believe me, I'm always planting the seed of belief in you while I'm listening to you, while I'm talking to you. And especially if we've ever done a personal session, spirit will remind me of symbols that we've used in hypnotherapy sessions, and I'll drop it in there. And again, it's not me, it's saying very cleverly. Sometimes I wouldn't even realize it. What's that alarm for? That's not part of the deal. It was 15 minutes. I've still got 11 minutes on that. So again, that's interesting that just went off, and I've no idea why that went off. And it means something, because you're getting the gist. Everything means something in my world, but it does. Everything means something in your world. You just don't notice it all. I'm one of those people that's meant to notice everything. But the next card is surrender to divine timing. So the issue around timing is a big factor for someone. So it's like, it might feel like you feel like time's running out. I feel someone's putting a bit of pressure on themselves for something. And this is just here to say, chill out, right? When you try to force things, you probably end up ruining it. If you just sort of go with the flow and you're happy in the present moment, you accept it as it is, that is ironically when it changes. And again, that is a huge premise of the person-centered counselling, which I'm trained in, which is show up the happiest that not even the happiest, show up the most genuine and accepting and loving way that you can. And that will help your clients on their process, on their journey. And that's why usually me and my friends would say on the course there, trust the process. And it's true with life. The more you trust the process and you trust every part of your journey, whatever journey it is, Ascension, Twinflames, life in general, your soul purpose, your career, it all works out. It's when you battle against it that it doesn't. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Now, I know that be patient is not something that people like to hear, but again, there is enough to go round and it's not too late. It's the general message that seems to be coming through for this reading. So we'll put them up there. And the one that was in the wrong deck, but there's no mistakes here, so this was meant to come out. Harnesses the divine feminine power of creation. Wow, I didn't even take that in when I saw that. Intention, hold your vision, birth the higher consciousness. So again, the feminine energy within you is part of creating that energy of what is going to manifest the masculine energy. So it's that is very, very strong right now. So yeah, there's something about keeping that strong intention that you set, holding that strong vision that you have, and knowing that you are part of birthing a higher consciousness, not only in your world, but the world. Again, creating that new earth energy. And I also I also got some of my goddess decks because I felt that was very Cancer moon right now. Because although we're in a full moon in Gemini, and I've also got my numerology cards because they remind me of kind of, I don't know why, numbers, Gemini, kind of ideas, inspiration, thinking. It kind of reminds me like Einstein kind of stuff. Communication was a big theme yesterday. We're actually in Cancer moon right now. So I know it's confusing if you're not familiar with all of this. The full moon is today because it was in the early hours of today, where I live anyway, different, it's Saturday in other parts of the world. But the moon shifted straight into Cancer right after. And that's why last night when I was channeling, it was all about people maybe in sensitive feels, all the feels, especially about worldly matters, because I always feel Cancer moon anyway carries the weight of the world. It's stuff to do with mother stuff, children, family, and mothers and birth, all that kind of stuff, birth and new beginnings. Right, what goddess is with us while we're channeling this energy? Saraswati, mastery. Yeah, so 44 may be significant. I actually know that is a significant number to many people that tune into me. Fours are my number as well. Fours and the ones. We've got co-creation as well. So that actually already fits with that. You know, you're co-creating your world and you're part of co-creating the world and, you know, for everyone else. Like if you are tuning into this, you're aware that you've got an important life purpose of being somebody to hold the light, to be the light. And today's a powerful energy to do it because Gemini is about your neighborhood, being neighborly, communicating your message, being a messenger for God, the messenger of the gods. A lot of people would consider, again, I've got my North Node in Gemini where it is in the house of Scorpio. So that's why it's been a very long, I had to be patient. Patience is my best quality, but it's kind of like my North Node where it is in the 8th house, it seems like it's been a really slow climb for me to be consistent on YouTube. Actually, it's been a big it's like climbing a mountain, but now it feels like it's weird. Like now I'm doing it, especially like doing that, like it just like I can just see this being my thing now. But it was such a, you know, it was a big thing, and it's not even I'm not scared of going live, right? Like, I have no idea what I'm going to say. It's not that bit. That's what it is for most people. Like I help people get over their fear and shit like that. For me, it's just being consistent. It's like, you know, I notice people that are Capricorn placements of any kind. Capricorn Sun people are so good at like just consistency, do you know what I mean, and keeping up. And it was weird because I pulled a card for it came on that was like, keep your commitment, and I knew that was Spirit saying to me, we need you to be showing up now, because it is North Node is your North Star, it's your destiny, and my destiny is in Gemini, so it's communicating a message. It's going to be hard for me to do that, even though it doesn't look like it looks like it's really easy, and it is in some ways. I enjoy this, but it's harder when it gets a bit too intense and too deep, because I'm quite private, because I've got Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto. Do you know what I mean? So I know what I mean, and people that know me well know what I mean. But I also know it's my purpose, and oh yeah, look, see that. So they're making, again, if you're new to me, just bear with it. It's somebody needed to hear about the North Node, because your North Node will be important wherever it is. But also the North Node is in Gemini right now. So some of what I'm saying should sort of resonate in some sort of way with you about what is your message to the world. But because that is where mine is, and it's going to shift not too far away, actually. I think it's like sometime in February, don't quote me on that, but it's like in a couple of months. It's like it was about time I got on with it, basically. You know, so that's why my guides are like, right, listen, time up. You've pushed through your fear and your shamanic training and everything else with life experiences. Get on and do it, because people need you. You know what I mean? And it's not as if like I've been live streaming on Facebook since it came out, really, pretty much. And I was live streaming all these other different underground live stream platforms before anybody else that I knew was doing it. So I'm not new to any of that jazz. It's just like I say, yeah, it's I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing now is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, right, can we come off all that? Right, what do we need to know from the numerology deck? Abundance, yeah, and so that's interesting. I now get why I was saying it. So what I'm trying to say, what they're trying to say through me is I had a lot of resistance and a lot of fear of fear of success mainly. And just kind of like, oh God, right, if I start this, can I keep it up? But it's kind of like, it's not the end of the world if you don't, do you know what I mean? Because sometimes you get ill and you can't do it, whatever, but you don't plan around that. So it's just kind of like the way that I see it is that's why my saying is fuck it, let's go. Because I literally help people that are scared to feel the fear and do it anyway, very much based on the Susan Jeffers book. And it's because I understand being resistant, holding back. Well, like tomorrow I'll start it, or I'll do it on the next new moon, I'll do it on the next full moon, I'll do it on the next new moon. I've done that for years with things. Like I've had courses that I wrote like years ago, and I only put one of them. I started to put two of them. I've done the Divine Detox, and I've done my Clairs Activate, Awaken, and Amplify. I couldn't remember yesterday. Your Clairs. And again, I plan to do it before Christmas, but that's not going to happen now. But I mean, I will get on with that in January or February there. But you know what I mean? It's kind of the point is I'm actually putting it out there. Whereas before I wasn't. I was just planning and planning and planning. I was stuck in the creative feminine energy too long. But it was part of my journey. It was divine timing. I don't regret any of it. I was meant to be there. It's how I help people. It's how I understand procrastination, being overwhelmed, but also when you need a kick up the arse, as I say it. But it's it's go time, and then notice the alarm went off there again. And because of that, my abundance is already coming in, has been, but only when I push myself out my comfort zone. So again, this feels like a message. Oh God, and that's really interesting, because someone had done a reading for me, and 88 was significant, and there it is again, and I've been seeing it everywhere. My battery's 88%, blah, blah, blah. And 8 again is abundance. That's why it's got abundance written on it. Pink to me is about the self-love, and it's because I've reached that healthy state of my masculine feminine energy. Obviously, by the way, that can differ from day to day. You just got to be, some days you're more on it. Like I said the other day, very honest, a couple of days ago, wasn't feeling the best. So I just needed to surrender and chill out a bit in my feminine energy. And then the next day I felt great. You know what I mean? It's not, life isn't always like that, especially not the way that the world is. But most of the time that is my way, actually, because I hadn't been upset for ages. So I just needed to allow myself to purge and feel like that. And because as long as I keep doing what my guides and spirit and the light being passing on the light codes that people need to awaken them in their journey, my abundance will keep coming in. Now, that doesn't just mean finances getting better. That means just life being easier, happier times. The more you resist your calling, what you're meant to be doing, the more you'll notice problems and just things not being aligned. So, right, what else do we need from this deck? And that's actually quite nice that we've got a 44 and then an 88, double 44, 88, interesting. Love partnership. Right, 26. So again, this is mental. We've had significance of, we've had the, I normally put we've had the significance of Christmas Eve, we've had the significance of Christmas Day. That's actually really annoying. I'm going to set it for another 15 minutes. And now we've got the significance, I'll do 20 minutes. Now we've got the significance of the 26th Boxing Day and love partnership. So again, I was actually going to try and do today just as a general ascension and not bring in the love stuff. But actually, like I said, this full moon is about, it's not so much about love, but because it's about twins and I heal twin flames, in any area of their life, not just their love life. It's self-love, it's your calling, it's if you're having issues with abundance, I can help people make money like that. I've helped people clear tens of thousands of debt, and like I say, that's certainly not my experience right now, and who knows, it might never be, but I'm not holding that intention. But again, it's kind of like so if you're struggling with money, root chakra issues, if you're new to me, if you're not new to me, you will have seen people actually sharing on the live quite a lot. Oh, did I not pick one of these? That I've helped them clear like shitloads of debt. And that was on my free stuff, my free challenges, which I did mean to do that. I did mean to do that for Christmas, but it just did not feel right at all. Like, I'm very hermit mode, and I don't mind doing this for some reason, like it's not in public, but probably because I've not got a lot of people on here. But I'm just not feeling, oh shit, wait a minute, I need to get one in my, I'm just not feeling the other platforms right now. Hello, one person watching, and I don't think that is me on this, because I wasn't watching until now. So, right, let's shuffle a goddess card. I wanted to bring 2 goddess cards in case the same goddess come out. So we've got Saraswati and Spider Woman. And 48 might be significant. I didn't mention that number was 48. And actually, that's like a big giant full moon. The full moon actually last night, I couldn't be bothered going outside to see it. I'd got a really good, oh shit, actually, I'll put that up after this. I've got a really nice picture of the full moon. I'd done a bit of healing just for 30 seconds. So I'll put that up in a shorts after this. But it was really lovely. The sky was going pink, and it was nice behind it. Right, what goddess have we got? But yeah, what I was trying to say is they're obviously, I'll need to do a bit of the love stuff. Again, it's going to be every day, guys, isn't it? Don't resist it. It's my calling. That's what I'm meant to be helping people. So I will just do, I'll just do as I'm told. Like, goddess we're working with today is Bridget, but it always reminds me of my Bridget. So if my Bridget is watching, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. So again, there is something here again, and that is very Gemini moon, actually. It's like, I'm going to put that up here. It's, Gemini in general, wherever you have that, definitely sun or a moon in a different way, or Gemini rising, it's about expressing yourself. And everybody has a message, everybody has a message, everybody has a story to tell, and everybody has a right to share it. And like, oh, that's funny, actually. I woke up to a lovely message today. One of my soul sisters that I had a session with, when I helped her when she wasn't feeling so good, and she wrote this lovely review, just basically saying, it was something, it started off basically something about, words of the power to heal or something like that. If I can put on a video, maybe try and share it on here. But yeah, it was just about, you never know what it is you're going to say or channel that is exactly what somebody needs to hear. And in my case, it's usually something that's happened in my own life that they're guiding me to share, or something that's happened with somebody I've worked with, always keeping it anonymous unless they've given me permission. And it can be exactly what somebody needs to hear to get them through a tough time. And so just know that if you are struggling in your life, in any area of your life, or the areas I've mentioned I've got expertise in, then book yourself a session. If you've not done a session with me before, I would advise that you book a live session, just because if you don't know me very well, I suppose before getting a recorded one, I would well, I don't know, actually, that's not true. I have got recorded readings off of people that I haven't had a live session with, but I think for the way that I channel, it's probably better. It's probably actually for me, because I want to suss out who you are. But both of us, it works both ways. You're not just checking me out, I'm checking out who you are. But and I don't mind having a 15-minute free chat with people if it sticks to the 50 minutes. And I don't, that's not to get a freebie. Because my God, I've done my time with that. You know what I mean? It's like I have to practice what I preach. I have to honor my own energy levels and all the hard work that I've put into my work, growth, and training. But I'm trialing the discovery calls. If people just want to ask about, my doing longer term work with me, like therapy, counselling, or any of my packages, or a session, and then I can just tell you your questions on that. And you actually will get healing on that 15-minute chat. But again, it's your karma whether you get what you want and you don't come back because you got what you needed. It's not really what that's about. But sometimes it's just not the right time. People come back later. But you know what I'm saying, right? So one more card. And also I would get in there soon, because although I'm not feeling the live sessions as much. I used to love them, but right now I'm being guided to, like I say, hermit. So the recorded stuff suits me much better in my time schedule. Oh shit, done it again. My phone's running out of battery. Right, calcite. Busy times and multitasking. See, everything means something. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being so busy. I always think the wording of that is really triggering. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the card's calling you out, but yeah, the card's calling you out, not me, but I'm calling you out through the card. Spirit are calling you out through me, rather. But that's interesting because in my daily meditation today, I was visualizing calcite, and I don't usually pick that one. So there's something about orange calcite there today, which I would associate with balance in the masculine, the feminine, the sacral chakra. Like, you know, how much are you giving out, how much are you receiving? And remember, I said I pulled a card before I came on about giving and receiving. I remember channeling about that last night. So there's something here about finding a happy balance. Why did that just go? Surely that's not 20 minutes again. No, I don't know what the hell alarm. Oh, there we go. How annoying. The iPhone alarms are like so annoying. Right. So yeah. So are you keeping busy because you're not open to facing your true feelings about something? Basically, that's what I'm feeling. And good luck with that on a full moon eclipse in Gemini, because it's about communication and it's about communicating with others, yes, and your message, your truth. But it's about, you know, are you communicating honestly with yourself? Like, if you can't be honest with someone else, at least try and be honest with yourself. And then the next step will be to be honest with someone you trust with, and again, like I say, I'm very honored that I am that person for well, obviously my clients, but even people in my personal life, because I always say I must have been a priest in a past life, because people just send, even people, complete strangers. Like, I mean, people find these videos, like sometimes I've had people find a YouTube video before, and I've actually had a lead from this right away because they've just resonated so much. So it kind of goes against the whole no like and trust thing. But and again, it's an honor because, you know, some people can take a long time to part with their money and they want to just suss you out, because again, it's wise, you know, check out people's reviews, check out what other people have said. You know, that's what I would do anyway, unless I had a strong knowing or really loved somebody's collective readings. Why would you just book with somebody that you don't know? But you know, usually you do with me, because I'm a shaman. I feel that goes with anyone, but definitely with a shaman, you won't understand why you feel like you need to have that one-to-one time with me, but there will be a reason. And it's like I said last night, half the time it's because somebody thinks they're coming to get help with work or something, and actually it's about the twin flame journey. But it's like, you know, they couldn't admit it to themselves, and then it just comes up somehow in the session. So it's the magic of spirit. Right, must be new people finding me at some point, because I keep going in explaining things like it's new people. Gentleness, and like I said before, yeah, they're wanting me going into love stuff, obviously, because again, this reminds me of a divine masculine energy, whether you are a man or a woman, because it's gentleness, and it's quite a nice sort of is it correlation or contradiction, you know, something like that, because it's like it's a man on the card, but it's the word gentleness, and it's, to me, it's implying that men can be gentle too, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, because I can think my dad, well, I don't know, he wouldn't mind me saying that, but I said that to my dad the other day. I was like, you know, you're really feminine. You know, he's a Scorpio, feminine sign, Cancer moon, feminine sign. But then I think Scorpio rising. So Scorpio, you know, all feminine energy actually. And it's kind of like, you know, it's good. It's nice when men are in touch with their feelings, or, you know, and more open about it, because a lot of men aren't, because they're taught, you know, that it's you're weak, or you know, it's, and this is all kind of, let's go to dying out with the old earth energy. Do you know what I mean? It's good to show your feelings, and this is what that card, that's when it shows up, I know it's about that kind of energy. So so this is what's confusing. I feel, you know, most of the people that tune into me are women, but you may be very in your, like I explained the other day, in fact, if not all women I work with really do seem to show up as divine masculine energy, primarily, more than the feminine. There are a few that can more be in the feminine, but there's a lot of women that show up too much in the masculine energy, you know, too busy, you know, try to control everything, try to control others, and just not, you know, patient, all these kind of signs. Again, we can all experience that. from time to time, but there seems to be a real theme about that. But it can also be, this could be talking about a masculine energy in your life that isn't you. Yeah, let's see where this goes. What card do we got from here? Deep dive, yeah. And I thought I did see this card coming up. I kind of saw it clairvoyantly. Just put that on there. Yeah, so there is something about, someone's taking a deep dive into their feelings. So like you say, this could be you, or this could be someone else in your life, but it's this fire. Fire? Oh, that's funny. Fire. I don't know where that came from. Oh, well, actually, we're in the last degrees of Sagittarius season, fire. So yeah, there's a passionate energy around the sun before it shifts into Capricorn, and that's like, boom, lockdown. And I didn't mean literally, but I did just say that, didn't I? So that matters. But it's like strict, it's boundaries. It's not, you're not going out, you're grounded. Do you know what I mean? So just saying, and it is the solstice on Tuesday, full moon today, solstice on Tuesday. But there's something about people taking a deep dive into their feelings. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, anyway. I think we will do a bit of the diving into a bit more of your masculine feminine energies before I go on. So I'm just doing it the same way I done it last night, I think. Right, so we'll use these cards. And say hello if you're not shy. Sounded very Scottish there, didn't it? Oh, my voice. Oh, throat chakra issues. Somebody's got throat chakra issues, you or someone. Right, so what do we need to know about? I've already spoke about our feminine or masculine energy, but let's do it a wee bit more. Oh, hello, Michelle. Michelle, that was your name. I was trying to remember. You were the person that I said, your comments make me laugh because, we all know I love an F-bomb around here and your comments make me laugh. So how are you? How are you doing? I am in the middle of the, oh, that's in the wrong bit. Oh, right. I love the drama. I don't love actual drama in my life, but I love drama like this. It's entertaining because it looks like I've meant it and I totally didn't. I've been talking about patience and impatience and busy, 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 and women that aren't. Michelle, does this apply to you? It applies to someone watching this. Women that need to slow down and honor their feminine energy. Men too, but look at this. There's loads of synchronicities. So this card was in the wrong place, but it appears it's in the right place because it's caught my attention. It's a throat chakra card. And I just had throat chakra stuff going on. So it means it's you or someone in your life like that matters. And hopefully everyone in your life matters, but you know what I'm saying. And the card is called Impatience. And look, it's a man trying to create a fake moon. That is literally what that fable's about. So do you know what? Although it was in the wrong place, we're going to take it as that as the chakra card today. But I will shuffle to get another one. So I will read that after this. But I know that the fable is about that. It's about somebody, I think it's something about it's not happening quick enough. So they try to like sort of fake or something like that. I'll read it in a minute though. Right. So what does people's feminine energy need to hear right now on top of what I've already said? Oh, I'm glad you're doing good. Happy full moon. Happy full moon in Gemini. So this is your feminine energy. Needs to hear optimism. We all do. If you're going to make up stories in your head about people and circumstances, please make them love stories with happy endings. Oh, that's nice, especially because I was talking about love there. So there's something about looking on the right side. And again, I would say that because we're in the high degrees of Sagittarius sun, but I'm a Sagittarius moon. So I'm very much, I've said that throughout this whole video, I'm very much about helping people look on the bright side, even in the darkest of times. It's just part of my nature. Doesn't mean I'm in a good mood every day, but most days I am, unless there's a good reason for it. But basically, it's about that kind of, be careful where your thoughts are going and what I said this to a client last night actually, be careful where your thoughts and your feelings are focusing on today especially, and really for the next few days, because it's a full moon, but also because we're going into solstice. Not only because in the world people that are in places of control, which are really unhealthy, like to announce big things that lower the vibration. That always happens, and it's going to happen again this time, I definitely feel. So it's good to focus on what does make you happy. Like, do what makes you happy, be with those that make you smile. I've got a candle holder up there that says that. Try not to be pulled down by that collective fear and energy, or your own fearful stories in your head about, oh, it's not going to work, or it's too late, or I can't do this. And there's definitely that kind of feeling with the cards that I'd shown previously, and there's too many, so you'll have to watch replay. But yeah, basically, you've got to stand in your power, and we've got good girl, and it's got a score for it, power. The ability to suck it up is not a superpower. Saying no is. Own your power. That's strong, because the surrender card last night was also about saying no. The girl was going like that, putting your boundaries up. So it's about staying positive and watching your boundaries and your feminine energy. So that's not easy to do, because usually boundaries are about the masculine part of you. So this is the bit of you that would be people pleasing, being too nice, letting everybody go first. Actually, very Cancer moon, to be honest, because Cancer moon right now is very caring, very loving, very mothering. But if you're putting everybody first all the time, it means you're putting yourself last, or at least not at the front of the queue where you deserve to be in your own life. So there's this feeling of focusing on what you do want more of rather than what you don't want more of. And the reason being, other than that being a good reason, is because full moons heighten whatever you're paying attention to. So this is why I said this to a client that I'm close with last night. Like, look, I understand your feelings and I am hearing you, but focus on what is going great in your life and what you're grateful for, because don't let people steal your joy. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean don't honor how you're feeling right now, but don't let people bring you down for too long. It's I can get pissed off at different things here and there, but just kind of once you learn to transmute that a bit easier, it's water off a duck's back. Don't let it eat you up all day, because there's always going to be people pissing you off, right? Anyway, so your masculine energy, because remember, the feminine energy, I feel I have to repeat it in case people don't know, the feminine energy is allowing, receiving, slowing down, and that's why it can be harder for some people that like to stay busy to do. But it seems an important message that people need to slow down to get in their feelings. Love, partnership, definitely something around love. Where's that card? Because busy times and multitasking. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time. Honestly, assess your underlying reasons for being so busy. It kind of indicates that someone's trying to distract themselves from their true feelings. Which, like I said the other day, is actually quite a good thing. If you're I've got a few clients right now that I've been helping that are in the difficult part of the twin flame journey, where they're, I don't like the word obsessing, but kind of obsessing about not being with someone too much. And obviously you can't change how you feel, but it is good to have other stuff going on in your life, and you have to do that. It's about self-love. I really appreciate all the time you put into your videos. It has really helped me a great deal on my journey. Oh, thank you, Michelle. That's lovely to hear. Again, you've been, honestly, I really appreciate you, because, losing my words. I really appreciate you saying that, because I was saying at the start of the video, I haven't historically been very good at staying consistent on YouTube. Because I made just such a big deal of it. I'm in Aries, so I get bored of doing things after a couple of weeks. But I'd said to myself this time, I'm just going to do a video every day up until Christmas Day, and then I'll just assess afterwards. But I'm glad it's helping you. So let's hope we get a few more Michelles on board that enjoy what I'm doing as well. So, and if my Facebook diehards really love me, they'll find me on here. I've not been on to tell them I'm doing this. The right people will find it at the right time, and that's about divine timing. Also a card I pulled. Right, masculine energy and you. Mind. This happened last night. See, because you could see it as it's your feminine energy allowing, receiving, slowing down. Your masculine energy, action, doing, the one that keeps busy, the party that takes action. But it's also like the heart. I have no idea how long I've been on here, but whatever. I'm just ignoring the alarm now. When I start having fun, it's fine. It can be like the heart and the head as well. And that's what happened in yesterday's one, because I'm pretty sure yesterday's one, when I got to the masculine, spoke about the mind too. You're balancing the energies. And when you start to come in a healthy balance with yourself, you'll have a healthy balance of your head and heart. And then where appropriate on that journey, you if the person isn't already in your life, you'll start to come closer as I get drawn to the sun and the moon. because typically the sun and the moon aren't there at the same time, are they? So mind, you are the master of your inner world, and you decide how the outer world affects you. Cultivate a calm inner state. So that's about also the worldly events going on, which are very high energy, designed to pull your energy down. You have to be the calm within the storm for yourself primarily, and other people if you've got the strength to do that. And they pulled me up to, when it rains, look for rainbows, when it's dark, look for stars. And the reason it's up there is because that's very much my attitude. I am usually beside at least someone in my life throughout their dark time. It's balanced out now because I really do deserve the rest of my life, to be very peaceful, because I've helped a lot of people through some of the most darkest times you could ever imagine, some of which I can't actually talk about because it's really private, most of which actually, although some people have shared their stories, but most of it is so private I can't even go into any of it. So right, so time, wow, oh my god, I love it, divine timing. And then there's another thing about time, and the freaking alarms keep going off. So there's like, people's like, someone's like, oh, the time is up, the time is running out. And I just said, I don't care about time, so time doesn't matter. Time is an illusion. Time spent worrying is time spent. Exactly, that is my attitude too. So notice how this goes. In your feminine energy, you're slowing down. You're being guided by guides and your spirit, whatever you want to call them. I don't usually say spirit guide, but anyway, your guides, your powered animals, your loved ones of spirit, whatever God, angels, I could go on and on, universe, you're guided to slow down and put your boundaries up, and say no to definitely social things that you're not feeling right now. But again, I don't know how much you'd be allowed to be doing that anyway. You might not even pay attention to that, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like you're being guided to do what you want to do and be happy about it, basically. And that's why I'm saying for your feminine energy, that's maybe not very easy for a lot of people, especially because again, we're in Cancer moon right now, and it's could be an element of people pleasing there, like wanting to mother people, therefore you put your own needs last. So I guide people to not do that and do the opposite. Still be nice people, look after people, but look after yourself first. So, and your masculine energy is trying to get you to cultivate a calm inner state. So maybe practicing some mindfulness, whatever works for you. What's on that card? To bring you out your head from worries. But also, right, now what we're going to do is, if this is about a dynamic, whenever that applies to someone, the feminine energy, whether that is a woman or a man, is feeling optimistic or being guided to be optimistic and is in her power and, is given zero fucks. And amen, sisters. And the masculine energy is trying to chill out and find what grounds him or her, and trying not to worry too much about either the connection or other things in their life. And we'll do a bit more feminine. Oh, and then look, they're mirroring. The feminine energy needs to meditate too. Get out your head and into your heart. And the masculine energy. Oh, good Lord. Yes, that is definitely what I've been feeling in the collective. But yeah, the masculine energy is thinking about sex. That is hilarious. And it would be that way, wouldn't it? But I mean, it's, I mostly work with women, and it's 44 again. So that is absolutely hilarious and very stereotypical, but it could easily, because again, within you, this is in your heart. You need to come into your heart center, and well, it could and someone was talking about the other day, it could be like tantric sex kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Doing something about it. This actually might not even involve something. Anyway, we're not going down that way. It's not women sex magic, this live stream. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that's maybe some people do teach that in public, but that's hilarious. Right, let's move away from that. That's too funny. Right, so that's enough of that. I'm going to do some way more love cards, and then we'll go into generalization. I'm like, that's enough of that. That's very Mercury and Capricorn. Right. let's do some past, present. Well, before I do that, feminine energy within you or a partnership. Look, it's coming up again. Feminine energy is like, listen, I'm doing my own thing, right? So I'm going to do it this way. If you are already in separation with someone in this connection, whether again that means you do know who they are, you don't know who they are because you've never even met them, or you just don't know who it is, or you're confused, whatever, it's either way, you're being guided to spend some time alone. If you are already in a partnership, you're being guided to spend some time alone, focusing on your own shit. And again, I've been saying this the last few days as well. Bow chicka bow bow. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. I was like, oh dear. But I did say fire by accident earlier, fire energy because of the high degrees of Sagittarius. But again, so it doesn't matter if you are actually with someone, you're being guided to just, slow down and spend time doing your own thing. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the other card that I just showed. Right, and the masculine energy within you. Hermit. Oh yeah, and Cancer moon right now anyway, especially after the strong energies of the full moon, is about going inwards. Like, it's the fourth house, it's family, it's home comforts, it's very hermit-like. Like, for instance, my fourth house is mainly over Pisces energy. So when the moon is in Cancer, or when it's a Pisces moon, I'm like major hermit mode, and I'm like that a lot of the time anyway. Right. Masculine energy, very interesting, very soon. Clearly decide, and see, it's ahead again. So all the stuff for the masculine energy within you is about the mind and the head. And masculine energy, I do typically what's the word? I do associate with the head, and the feminine with the heart. Not exclusively, because you've got both inside you, but especially when you're talking about two different people, you're balancing things. The masculine's got sex in the head. Sorry, that is so funny. And whereas the feminine's like, yeah, I'm just like, focusing on the energetic connection, and it's like, yeah, maybe that too, like, but kind of like, yeah, different stuff on the mind. But they are like, and very soon. So that's a strong sexual energy there that's coming through, because it really is making me laugh. How to clear up my own shit first, then game on. Exactly. Don't we all, Michelle? That's what we all need to do. Because again, remember, this is talking about to people in your connection, but it's also about within you. You need to spend some time slowing down your feminine energy, so again, if there's any codependency issues with karmic partners around you, which are romantic, but it can also be friends, family, co-workers, just a karmic situation, like, it could be drink too much, or, eat too much chocolate, whatever anybody's shit is, whatever, you're spending too much time doing, it's kind of, and that's funny we just said that, paying attention to that and slowing down and asking yourself, why am I keeping myself busy with that? Like, what feelings am I ignoring here? And by the way, on that note, I will be putting out in January, I've got a session that I do with people that are wanting a bit of support, letting go of weight, like quite literally. Although I'd like, in a healthy way, because if you're carrying extra physical weight, it's always connected to like an emotional weight. But I've had huge success like with clients with that, and I'm actually going to be hypnotizing myself for that after I eat all the shit at Christmas. But yeah, there is something there that the masculine energy in you is really wanting to get on with and feeling very passionate about it. And that doesn't necessarily need to be about the romance. It could be just anything in your life. Like, for instance, I'm passionate about sticking to YouTube right now. You know what I mean? And wouldn't he say no to that too if it was like, if the conditions were right? Oh my God, how funny. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. But she's on her own. So this person, whether you're a woman, which is going to be most of you, or a man that's watching this, that love and the fun part of it is coming in because you just decided to kiss a tree with your tits out, apparently. But no, it's because you decide, sorry, that was too far. Because you did, it was funny. But because you decided to just, be alone in your vulnerability, be grounded, with a tree, and just, really be present and have fun alone, basically, whatever that means to you. And that's why somebody will come into your life. It doesn't mean it's happening today or tomorrow, but for some of you it is, because you're ready. And on that note, we're going to shuffle some of these. Oh God, I really do need to set on the I have been on here an hour, haven't I? Or is it maybe 50 minutes? I think I came on about 10 past. Let's set another alarm for that. It's just when I make them too long, people aren't going to watch them, but the right people will. Right, what do we need to know from this deck? Friendship, yeah. So I do feel, oh look, wow. I do feel there's, it's about cultivating that friendship within yourself. Actually spending time, perhaps if you are in a partnership, like as in you live with them, it's about, are you being too coupley and kind of shutting the door on the rest of the world? Because that's unhealthy too. You need to make time for the other people in your life. And those of you that are actually, I don't like to say waiting, holding space is better, isn't it? But expecting at some point somebody to come in that is your match. It's kind of like you need to keep a healthy balance of things. The world can't just kind of, maybe for a maybe for a period of time while that goes on, but then it needs to reach a balance, because you can't lose yourself in this person, because especially on that journey you're actually, it's a connection to put out high energy into the world. So it's about enjoying it, but it's about what are you saying? It's about enjoying it, but remember what you're in this connection for. Right, so to help people. And so, but this is also about nurturing your actual friendships, nurturing being your own best friend, because when you be your own best friend, if you are in a twin flame connection, guess what? Your twin flame will start being nicer to themselves where they've been being horrible to themselves, basically, because that will have been your story too. You will have not been your own best friend at some point in this journey. Maybe you're still being like that. And if you are not putting yourself first, allowing other people to always get their own way, not being true to yourself, your twin flame is never going to be true to themselves. And by the way, even when you do a shitload of work on yourself, that can even take quite a long time. So you have to be very patient with yourself. That's why I said patience is my best quality, because I have that for myself and I have that for other people. The 14th here might be significant too. So the 14th of January may be a significant date there for someone. So maybe an actual date, but I meant like an anniversary or a birthday or something. Support, fun, unity, play. Now remember, Gemini is about communication, but it's also about playing. It's about playful communication. So this could be, and twin flames again, like you're getting it. It's literally all I'm here to help with. It's playful communication could be coming in here very soon after a period of separation. So that could be, it might not have been a very long separation, or it might have been a very long separation. It might have been a very long separation, as in you don't know them and they come in and you've been separated for lifetimes, quite literally, past lives. So, hello, Sophia. I'm going to call you Shakira. So, because you're Sophia. So, the two smiling young women, how are you doing? On this card, look out over the beauty of their homeland with joyous appreciation. The profound kindred connection they share is clearly a wellspring of ongoing support and happiness. This card is telling you that it's important time to reconnect with friends and loved ones in order to experience the camaraderie and joint intentions of your soul group, or your soul fam, which is what you guys are, or my wolf pack. We'll decide what one we like better. I say a bit of both, but soul fam I say more, but I am the wolf energy. So there is a powerful vibration that comes from a connection forged in shared history, philosophy, and loving experiences. It's palpable yet often unspoken union that brings deep feelings of support. But again, you should have, if you are in any love partnership actually, but because this is a twin flame full moon and that's who I help, that's what it should be about. It should be based on friendship. It should be like a strong sexual attraction, but like it should be about best friends, having each other's back. But again, not forgetting that you've got actual other friends as well, and family and people that you've got strong connect, soul family. And if it's not that, and it's just a load of unhealthy, toxic shit, I'm not going to say, it's definitely a karmic partner, but be careful that it isn't that, because that often happens. So this may or may not be the family of your youth, but when the resonance of these individuals vibrate in harmony, innocence, and enjoyment, you can rest assured that it is the family of your soul. You may have been feeling the need for support lately. If so, let yourself turn to those you know who will allow you to express all your deepest desires and fears without judgment or decision. What's that doing? My phone's 11%, 1111, awakening. You may be feeling the need for support lately. And again, that is Gemini is talking and listening. So it does feel like there's heartfelt communication. That's what I named yesterday's video as. If so, let yourself turn to those you know who will allow you to express all your deepest desires and fears without judgment or derision. And like I said, for a lot of people, I am that person. So if you decide that I'm that person, I am humbled and honoured. But like I said, I'm not doing too many live sessions, so I would literally get in touch and email me very soon if you want that. Otherwise, it won't be till like mid-January. Unite with others of like mind so you can continue to support each other through good times and bad. This card also encourages you to get together with others for the simple intention of fun and play, which to me is Gemini energy. You know, it's fun, it's gossiping, it's talking, it's light-hearted. The times when you share these magical vibrations will spread the irresistible resonance of joy exponentially, fucking hell, that's a lot of big words, through your life and theirs. Always remember you deserve to let go, to have fun, to come together with the souls that lift your energy and fill you with hope. And again, I'll read, do what makes you happy, be those that make you smile. That's what matters in life. That lift your energy and fill you with hope, comfort, laughter, and unbounded bliss. I open myself to the supportive connections around me. I join in the fun and joy that these loving friendships can bring. And it's on page 55. 5 is big change. So 2 5s is big, big change. And 55 might be significant in some other way. For your information, sent you an email. We'll book an appointment with the next couple of days. Oh, did you send me an email? All right. Well, I will look for that. I didn't see it. Did you just do it today? I've not looked at my emails today. And by the way, that's good you told me, because I'm not very good with my emails, but I'm going to be assigning someone to help me. The wolf is the first animal I saw when journeying. Love synchronicity. Now, that wasn't in my journey, was it? Or was it just another journey in general? Because I'm interested, because if it was in my journey, that would probably be because the wolf is my power animal, and the wolf and the tiger are the two energies that are accompanied with me all the time. But I work with loads of different animals, but I get that a lot, that that people, that they love wolves as well. Or like people, if I'm drawn to get a healing with someone, I'll notice that they love the wolf. So it's just so fun. It really is like birds of a feather flock together. And we're all a wolf pack. Oh, you sent it a couple of days ago. Are you sure did you double check it's right? Was it clair-everything@gmail.com? Oh, sorry about that. Wait a minute, I will check now. Well, I don't know what I'm checking for actually, but is it? I suppose because you've never sent me an email before, I'll need to scan this. You don't need to tell me your email address because you might not want to do that in public, but I will look. Oh, it was my first journey I did like 15 years ago. Right. So you are one of the people that is one of these cool synchronicities that we really are, must be soul family. You know what I mean? You've been guided on the internet to someone that works with a wolf. I love it. Right. So go with the flow. I say it all the time, and tune out distractions. Yeah. So this is about going with the flow. Like you say, you'll notice I very much go with the flow. And although I'm sticking to doing this every day before Christmas, we're obviously, we're not too far away. So hopefully I make it over the next 6 days. That's right, isn't it? And I will make it. I'm sure you'll forgive me if I don't. But it's kind of like, generally speaking, I am in human design. I am, oh God, I forgot. It's the generator. That's it. Generator with sacral authority. And that is about when I've got energy, it's go, go, go. And it's, I could do high intensity stuff like this. Like I could sometimes sit here for 2 hours, 4 hours has been known on a Facebook Live, and people actually stay the whole time. Like, well done, Sophia being one of them. People actually stayed last night for 90 minutes when I done the whole thing. And that is not uncommon. Because remember, the healing has been emitted through even this. So people get a lot of healing even from my free stuff. Like, thank you, Michelle, for sharing that you got, that you get a lot from this as well. Because I do hear that a lot. If somebody resonates with me, they usually resonate with me really strongly. And they don't even really understand why, but it's because of the light codes. It could just be my personality too, but some people might find me annoying. But again, then it's like, go and find somebody else. There's loads of people. So, but go with the flow. That's what I'm all about. So I'd imagine a lot of people that are drawn to me, either you need to go with the flow and you're being drawn to me to be able to teach you to go with the flow, or you're like me and you're very much go with the flow too. But either way, you need to tune out distractions. Now I'm taking that to mean, now this is funny because there's a card that says choose your friends wisely, but that came up in all my client sessions. Either it was last week, it wasn't this week. But I'm kind of meaning that is like, be careful of people knocking you off your path. I've spoke before, have I actually? Not in a live. I spoke before in the recorded readings that, along this journey, I've had amazing sessions with people, but I've also had weird ones where like people have told me things and I'm like, wow, that does not resonate at all. And then I later realized it was like people feeling a bit threatened by me because I do know a lot about different things. I'm Sagittarius moon, and that's about it's channeling. So if I don't know something, I just channel it. But it's kind of like specifically with masculine and feminine soul retrieval, it's my thing. So just be careful about that. Like just people try to distract you from your true path. It's a bit of a test. Right, and that's the more juicy stuff. I need to help you in a personal session. But what else do we need to know? Take the lead. Yeah, you need to take the lead and be the authority in your own life. And that was actually said to me recently as well, that, especially with the way that I channel astrology, somebody else that does astrology could be like, oh, you're not doing that the right way. But it's like, well, what is the right way? Even with astrology, some of it is quite subjective, like the way that people interpret different sides, and that's what I love about it. It's amazing. Sometimes you'll hear somebody explain it and you'll be like, that's totally not how I see that sign. But it's kind of like, if it's just different kind of perspectives. But again, like I say, I weave it in my way. It's like numerology as well. I do numerology in my own type of way as well. I'm pretty sure somebody that does numerology, but why are you doing that with the tarot? But that's what I was guided to do. And you'll notice I actually don't use the tarot in these. I've got loads of tarot decks, but it's Oracle that I love more. But I do it sometimes. So do all things in moderation. And again, you can go with the flow and you can take the lead and be the authority of your own life, but you don't need to overwhelm yourself by thinking you need to have all your shit together, because I certainly don't. But I'm taking the lead in my life by being here, showing up. Right, so I got a good sleep listening to you. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Going into spat. Yeah, it maybe has. I was about to say, that's hilarious. I was about to say, email me to tell me your email. I wouldn't have said it like, shit. I wouldn't have said it like that, but I was going to say, can you tell me the first part of it? You don't need to tell me all of it, and I'll put it into the search bar. Right. Oh God. How long does it tell you how long I've been on here? I've definitely been on an hour. I don't really want to stay on any longer than the next 15 minutes, because then who cares actually? Do you know what? I said this to somebody last night. It is what it is, right? I don't care about the rules. It doesn't matter how many people watch this. Whoever's meant to watch it is meant to watch it. I've never cared about that, so I'm not going to start now. But where are the cards? I've literally buried them under all of these. Here it is. So I'd only picked, they picked, because it was in the wrong place. After I've been channeling about patience and impatience and people being impatient, I pulled impatience, throat chakra. And this is about a guy trying to create a fake moon. And that's interesting because it is a full moon. And the Gemini is the third house of communication. Gemini is communication, obviously. And communication has come up really strong, especially in last night's reading, which is timeless. So go back and watch that message if you've got a spare 90 minutes. If you want to and you're drawn to. So there is a feeling here, something about communication, because that is a throat chakra card, which is communication. Lots of synchronicity. What other card have we got for that? Creation. Wow. Oh my God, I love this. See, I love it. I get so excited at this. This is when you know you're following your calling, because I could sit here all day because I love it, but then I'd lose my voice and I wouldn't be able to do the personal sessions or the collective. So I need to cap it and calm down. 15-15 might be significant too. So creation, and that is important because one of the first cards that I pulled was about creative energy, and it's here, co-create and mastery. So you can even see actually how take the lead is very, that's the thumbnail, very similar to mastery, isn't it? Be the authority, be the master in your own life. And then if you're guiding other people like what I am as well, that's brilliant. But again, I always encourage people to be the leader of their own life. So if people see me as a teacher of sorts, I'm honoured, but I'd guide you to find your own way with things, you know what I mean? Right, so where is that book? Here it is. Impatience and creation. So the creation card in this deck is the crown chakra, actually. It's just it's grey. Impatience. So don't be impatient while I find the page. I like the longer readings, just saying, oh, right, thank you. Well, there you go. See, you definitely are part of the soul family because, yeah, it's good for, like Sophia says, it's good when people want to fall asleep too. Right. Where is the blue one? Right, impatience. So it takes as long as it takes. That's the kind of thing I've it's less, unless I've got a press engagement, because it's Sunday, I'm chilled. I've got my actually I have got my full moon in Gemini with a twin flame theme, although arguably everything's got a twin flame theme. Major twin flame theme, balance and masculine feminine energy. You know, I channel it in the moment, so I don't know exactly what it'll be, but it'll be something around that. And I'd imagine something to do with communication, throat chakra stuff. That is tonight, 8 o'clock UK time. So that's in just over 4 hours or something. 5 hours, maybe, just a bit less than that. So yeah, there's details in that on the other video if anybody wants to get involved in that. Right, so electric blue moon. So this isn't a blue moon, but it is a full moon. If I don't take care of it, it will never happen. Ethan grows impatient, waiting for dawn, so he buys a used moon. Once it is in the sky, he steps back to see his handiwork. The moon will not stay in place unless he holds the cord. Sky God assures him that dawn will come when he lets go, but Ethan is fearful and grips onto the cord until he falls asleep and releases it. When he awakens, dawn has come and the radiant light in the sky is blocked only by his used moon. Wow, that's deep shit, isn't it? And we did pull deep dive. So it's like because someone was impatient and they needed to fake create something before it real. Oh God, I know what that's about. So again, it's about when people are impatient with lots of things in their life, work, but let's get real. This is definitely talking about the self-healing journey, definitely the romance aspect of it, of when you're like, hurry up, why is this person not here? Why is a person that I don't know not here? And it's just basically, it's about if you rush something before it's ready, you know, or if you, like I say, I've got certain views on this manifesting because I'm very good at manifesting things for myself, and I always have been from a child, and I'm very good at manifesting because of spirit working through me, very good at helping other people manifest money in their lives, you know, very positive, happy, abundant situations. But I listen to somebody's intentions and feel into how ready they are for things, and you know, go by the guidance of, you know, my guides and spirit and their guides. And this is really kind of about, like, if you try to kind of force yourself to be ready for something that you just quite simply aren't ready for, it'll fall apart, it'll fall to shit. And I've worked with loads of people over the years, definitely with love stuff, where you might have manifested or, you know, pulled your twin flame into your life. But believe me, if you aren't ready and they aren't ready, like the most craziest shit will happen to keep you apart. It's like, you know, think of, I don't know, the Adjustment Bureau. What's another film? The Adjustment Bureau is a good example of that. Like they're actually being kept apart by the government. You know, it's a bit far-fetched, but it's kind of like, anyway, but it's you know, those kind of things, lots of things will get in the way. So, you know, be careful what you wish for. Do you want somebody turning up in front of you that isn't ready, that's probably still going to treat you like shit because they're treating themselves like shit? But again, if you're in my vicinity, I won't let you do that, because just, you know, play the long game and focus on you, heal yourself, and whoever that person is will show up at your door ready because you were patient and gave yourself the time. Boom, drop the mic, bye, I'm off. Happy full moon. But seriously, you know, it's just lots of people don't have the patience to do that, and they want it here, now, yesterday. And, you know, but then you'll get it and it won't be right. So, you know what I'm saying? And you're not going to get a perfect relationship with yourself. You're not going to get a perfect relationship with someone else, but you also don't want you don't want to pull somebody in your life that isn't ready for something, you know what I mean? Because you both need to be ready. Applies to everything for real, totally. Right, so this card is about now is not the time to make a rushed decision. Wow, love the synchronicity today, by the way. This happens to me anytime, but definitely on a full moon, and because it's a full moon eclipse, and I love eclipses, they're life-changing. This is important because we've already had a card in the masculine side about making decisions. And if you just joined now and you didn't see what I was channeling before, you'll get a laugh. It was hilarious. But it was about making decisions, and clearly needing to make a decision. Oh yeah, shit, actually there's so many. There's one about the mind, and then there's this about clearly make a decision so that it comes to you. And I always use an example, but it's like, if you go into like a coffee shop and you're like, I want a hot chocolate, actually, I want a cappuccino, actually, do you know what? I want a I want something else, you know what I mean? It's like the person will end up being saying, well, for fuck's sake, what do you want? So if you're kind of like that, the universe, I think I want this person, I think I want that person, I think I want somebody to show up like this. Make up your mind so that, the universe spirit can send you what it is you want as well. But again, be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. And I think that's a Pussycat Doll song. Right, so look at where you're confusing your guides, the energies, the universe. You have made, or the person, you have made your needs known. Now leave it alone. And that's, oh wow, that's fascinating. That's like when I said I've been helping people where if someone has actually, which isn't common, but if somebody has actually expressed their feelings, and it's kind of like, so this doesn't need to be like with love stuff, this can be in any area of your life. If someone said, look, like I need a bit of space, give them their space. Like, otherwise you're actually God, if someone does that to me, like I'd be really pissed off. It's like if somebody has asked for space for whatever reason, give them their space. It's like that is healthy boundaries. And it's kind of like, if somebody is telling you something, you have to kind of take it at face value, even if you feel it's not the truth. Like you just got it, you know what I mean? Like that is they've obviously got more work to do. That is what I would say to someone in that kind of case. You may block something wonderful from coming to you if you are hasty. So don't cut your nose or spite your face either. Am I jumping the gun? If I'm honest with myself, am I forcing something? So there's a huge theme there about it. And I feel my feeling would be it's probably because it's Christmas in a week and we've got New Year, and people like to romanticize somebody running up to you at Christmas, or like when Harry met Sally running up and be like, oh my God, I just realized I love you. Sometimes life's like that, guys. I'm not going to lie. We want that. We want the kind of nobody puts baby in the corner and, Danny and Sandy in Greece and, or maybe that's just me, but, like people, this is amazing. And that is actually what twin flame love, really the true love. That is what it is. It's true love. But you have to find that true love within yourself. And it's also not going to be like that every single day. Like sometimes they're going to get on your tits and there's still work to be done when you're with this person. But it's kind of like, and they're really going to get in your tits because they trigger you. You're triggering their pain and they're triggering yours. That is why people run like the wind. They run like mad, or they just stay the hell away, because it's like, I don't know what the hell this is, but this connection is like pulling me in. But it's like when you're in a good place, boom, you're stuck together. It's like that's, it's magnetic, and it's like the chemistry is like, yeah, strong. Like freakishly strong. But when you're meant to be apart and there's shit going on, it's like, when you try to go, I need to get close to this, but the magnets, you can't get together. Just accept it and just go the other way. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's funny. Wow. I seen a red string, it was like actual string, like wool on the ground. And it reminds me of the red string of fate. And whether this is about love, definitely, but anyone in your life, like changing friendships, family, even in some cases, if somebody is meant to be in your life, you need to have that level of trust that they will find their way back to you, or you will find their way back to them when it's time. And that is, again, what this is about. Oh my God, this is so deep today, but I love it. So scarcity thinking, being exhausted by your efforts, success through patience. And exactly, I think, if people are honest and not shy, lots of people would share that, that the ascension process in general is life's exhausting, but definitely these kind of high intensity connections are exhausting, because it's just like, what the hell is this? Unfolding, revelation, success. And after all that strong energy I've just channeled, and if I actually burp on this, I'm burping quietly, that is when I'm clearing energy for you guys collectively. So you're welcome. Right, so I'm going to take a breath, and I'm going to ask you to close your eyes if you would like to, and breathe in, telling yourself relax. Oh, we've got 5 people watching. Hello, 5 people. And breathe out, telling yourself release, and breathe in, telling yourself relax. And breathe out, telling yourself release. Imagine something you strongly desire, which, by the way, is a brilliant thing to do right now on the full moon. Imagine it, feel it. How would you feel as if that thing had already happened? Feel the happiness. The electric blue moon appears and begins to cool the heat of your emotions. Write down any communication you receive in the moonlight. So I'm going to change this a bit, and I want you to see with your finger, you're writing in the sky, and I'm seeing it as like, it's like electric blue, kind of like it's kind of like one of the fonts I used the other day, but like electric blue, kind of glowy white light around it. And I want you to write down a word. See yourself writing a word in the clouds or in the sky. And then you can share what that word was. If you even get a word, you can repeat this again if nothing comes to you. But just take a wee, I'm going to stay quiet for a moment. You'll hear my voice in a minute. Or you might just see a word appear in the sky. And know that whatever word you're sensing, whether it comes to you now or it may come to you later on in your dreams, because that happens a lot with the way that spirit work with me, is the insights, epiphanies, the revelations will come during the dream time, even a few days later. Later on in the week, you'll feel the lightness shift, but often people feel it right away. It is a message from the Council of the Great Spirits. So if you open your eyes, and I'm going to read the next one, and definitely share if you got a word, but don't worry if you didn't. Again, it is what it is, guys. Again, accept the situation as it is, go with the flow, don't force it. Oh, that's what the card's about. I love it. And the more you do shit like that, it will come to you. Right, creation. Oh, I love it. This is the last card in the whole deck. That feels important. You've reached the end of a completion cycle. And remember, this is the last full moon of the whole year. Always feels kind of special. Let that shit go. Visualize what you do want. Let go of what you don't want. Let go of the past. And be excited about the future, but live in the present. So, shaman. I will guide you to your muse. And somebody actually that's followed me for years, a lovely soul sister, I thought it was funny, like if she might watch this at some point. She'd actually sent me an email. She said something in her email, like saying, you are my muse or something. I was like, what does that mean again? And then when I realized what it meant, I was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, what a huge honor for somebody, it's basically like somebody that, you look up to, or they inspire you, isn't it? So in a time before history, shaman walks the earth, bestowing artistic talents on a select few. One day, is that my battery? It's the affirmation again. Release outdated perceptions. Absolutely need a big burp. You're welcome. Hope. Oh, you saw hope and have faith. I saw believe. So, is that what you saw, Michelle? Did you say release outdated perceptions, or were you saying that after I said it? Lovely. Now, thanks for sharing that, girls, because I'm reading out loud because I don't, for some reason, you can't replay the live chat. I don't know if it's my settings. But, that might be somebody else's word when they're watching this on replay. So, where did I get to? Bestowing artistic talents on a select few. One day she rests under a birch tree. Hey, says Birch, I want my muse too. Birch entertains She Shaman for a long time, singing and telling tales. She Shaman smiles. My great friend, you have had your art all along. She vows that from then on, she will give everyone their own gift. To this day, She Shaman has never left us. We see her inside every creative work. And again, if you don't already know this, if you haven't heard me say, I do actually attract a lot of artists. And that's funny, I pulled the Bridget card throughout this reading. Where is it? Here it is. Well, it's Bridget, and it always reminds me of Bridget, one of my soul sisters, who'll probably watch this on replay at some point, I'd imagine, if you can keep up with them. But yeah, Bridget, is an artist, and I'm actually being drawn to a piece of her artwork now. But it's kind of like it's that kind of feeling of I am not I am an artist. This is me doing my art, sharing my art with you right now. But it's different ways in which our gifts can come out. Like, my tagline is my gift is helping you find yours. And Bridget's story is amazing. If you, I always meant to put that on the YouTube, but it's on my Facebook page. I don't think it's on Instagram. It's on my Facebook page where I interviewed her, and she shared her story. Where it's because it's been quite a long journey, but it's the be all and end all is that it was the biggest. Well, the free challenge was actually what kickstarted her a lot with stuff, but it was actually the Chakra Soul Empowerment session where we saw that she was being guided to take a bit of a pivot from sewing to artwork. And well, she's not looked back and she's doing amazing. So there you go. Big up, Bridget. Let us know in the comments you're here. Go and check out her work. The point of that was I help Bridget find her calling. Do you know what I mean? And I can help you find that too. Your path is an artistic one. Express your love in a tangible art form. It is time to make decisions. Right, I'm done. How many times do we need to hear? Right, I need to find these cards. So this is about making decisions. This is about making decisions. Mind making decisions. Crazy. Someone needs to be making decisions here. It's decision time. Am I waiting for someone's permission to create my life? Ooh, interesting. What do I need to see in order to claim my own gift? Now, notice there's a lot of synchronicity with things I've been talking about here, and it makes sense why I share what's going on, at least something that's going on in my life quite a lot anyway. But it makes sense because that's why I was saying particularly a lot today at the start of this, that me being on here, it just feels so right, like I'm not missing not being on Instagram and Facebook because it's changed, but also because I'm meant to be doing this here at this time, and that's why it feels really right. That is me owning my gift and what I'm here to help people with, and not letting anybody hold me back with that. But usually the person that's holding you back is yourself. So opening to magic, lasting transformation, divine feminine, which is what you're looking at. But again, I hold equal divine masculine feminine because that is a wolf energy. So we all do, but like I really do, because it's like I'm a teacher of it. So it's hard to explain, but you would know if you knew me. It's quite palpable. Awakening creativity, finding your muse, owning your gifts, creativity, muse, magic. Right, here is the meditation. And I've been on here ages, so I'm going to get going after this. I don't know if I'm going to use, oh yeah, I'll pull one of these cards, another card, and I'll go. So this is not a meditation, but let's change it. Right, so you close your eyes if you want to, and I want you to see in front of you a notebook to a clean page, and I want you to imagine She Shaman standing in the mist, holding out her hand. That's interesting because it was very misty here last night. It looks like it might go like that again. Follow her into the mist. As you walk, she motions to sit. Ask her for guidance. And I'm going to stay quiet for a minute or two. And listen to the guidance, you know, noticing any feelings or senses, anything that comes to you at all. And I want you to pick up a pen. And in that imaginary notebook that you've got there, I want you to simply write whatever comes to you. See yourself writing it down, or sense yourself writing it down. Or if you decided to kind of not close your eyes to this, you could write it there, because I can see Michelle's writing be yourself. Do not censor or judge the words. They may mean nothing right now, but they will. Thank She Shaman for her visit. And then open your eyes if you even closed them. And I'm going to shuffle this Sacred Spirit card. And then I'm going to get going. So if anyone missed me saying it before, I'm going to come back later. So if anybody would like personal cards, because I need a wee bit of a break after being on here that long. If anyone would like personal cards, if you use the donate button, I don't think anyone had done it because it would have alerted me. If you use the donate button, which you'll see, wait a minute, actually, I might. Well, I won't put it in the comments because unless somebody expresses it, but the donate button is where you'll see in my description. Oh shit, it won't be actually. So you'll have to go to one of the other videos. Oh, and my phone's just died, so I can't actually even, wait a minute. That's helpful. Not. I'm very sarcastic if you hadn't noticed. Yeah, the donate button basically is in the donate button is in the description, and it says if you're feeling generous, buy me a coffee or something. So if you use that button to donate, I will then come on and do you a message, a channeled message, and I say a card, but it'll at least be 2 cards, probably more, for the full moon, a message for the full moon. But so I'll probably come back and do that. Well, depending on if it's anybody here and you let me know, I could come back in 20 minutes, but feeling that, I think I'll come back about 5 o'clock, which is in an hour and 20 minutes. 5 or 6, but I've got my workshop at 8, so I don't want to make it 7 because that's a bit close. So yeah, 5 or 6. So I'm not going to give an exact time, but it'll be something like that. And if nobody wants them, then I'll not come back, and I'll not come back ever. I'll just go with the flow. So yeah, it's not on because I've not, when I start, you can't put all that in. So you just have to go and click on the link on one of the other. In fact, shit. Yeah, I can't because my phone just, yeah, it's too fiddly. My phone just died. So I'm not going to do it right now anyway. So if you're, like say, if you're really wanting a message from me tonight, then just go and use the donate on one of the descriptions of any of the other videos, and it'll come through, it'll alert me on my PayPal, and then I'll just come on and do whoever, I'll do a collective message and I'll do whoever donated. Yeah, so because I just don't want to do them on the same, I don't want to do it on the same live. I mean, I could, but I've been talking a while now, so I'm not going to. And yeah, like say, if you'd like to join the workshop, it's £45. I don't know what that is in other people's money. And it's, I say it's 2 hours, but anybody that's been on them, they're pretty life-changing, very life-changing, and they're totally channeled. So I don't always know what's going to come up, and huge activations take place, huge energy clearing, you get a good night's sleep. Synchronicities are always off the charts whenever it is, definitely on a full moon. Yeah, but other than that, I'm doing that in my membership anyway. Yesterday, it was on yesterday. Yeah, but that was because I went back and put it in after I'd finished. Do you know what I mean? So I have to do that after I've finished. Right, give us a sacred spirit card, and then secret temptation, being led astray. Interesting, in line with the distraction stuff I was talking about earlier. So who are you possibly being led astray from? Where are people leading you away from the people that you're meant to be close with, for part of your soul's purpose? Where are you allowing yourself to be led astray, or perhaps you let that happen in the past? That guy looks scary. And it's the 31st, so significance about Hogmanay. The last few days we've had significance about Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day was yesterday, and now Hogmanay, so New Year's Eve. Right, 31st. And I also am going to be, I'll be putting up a promo video. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, a wee promo video for that. I'll be putting out offers of 2021 readings. So I'll have for an insight into the next 6 months. Sorry, 2022. I'm not used to saying it. Actually, I don't think I've said that for no reason, actually. If people want, I would be quite interested to do that. So I'm going to have readings where I was intending doing 6 months into next year, or 12 months, depending on, you know, how far you want that. But I could also do it if you want me to do like a 6 months sort of check-in evaluation of what your last 6 months have been like, or your year. I could do that as well. That'd probably quite interesting, because you could then see right away if it resonates, you know, because that's why I kind of haven't always, I've done it, I've offered it sometimes, but I just kind of think, I don't know, it doesn't really float my boat. But yeah, if people, I've just put out there in case people did want something like that, because I'm focusing on the recorded readings, it works. But anyway, being led astray, accept your choices. And it's this dude. So temptations can be everywhere, dependent upon your vices. And unfortunately, there will always be temptation to human psyche. And I did get drawn to 1515 earlier, and that is the devil card. So we can learn from these vices as they teach us about our emotional triggers prior to our actions. Self-mastery is key, right? I'm done. Mastery, so much synchronicity, so much synchronicity. I just got carried away. Risk-taking should be avoided now, with careful consideration of any planning events, career changes, or major decisions. And decisions again. And that's because Mercury is the mind. So lack of willpower. Oh, right. Yes, it was on yesterday's live, what we learned. All right, I see what you mean. Right, so be strict with your budgets, as financial blowouts are significant now. So yeah, Michelle, if you mean the message for me to do it on the live, then yeah, if you just find the donate button on any other video, or right when this ends, I'll put it in the description. Or if you mean a reading with me one-to-one, which I'll find your email at some point, we can do that. But you could have both, you know, the buffer could be until I find your email, I'll do you a wee message. Right, so right now the truth is yet to be revealed. Be cautious in lending any goods you wish to have returned, as deception is around every corner. Wow, Neptune and Pisces, it certainly is. Be mindful of any agreements or contracts at this time, and seek professional advice where appropriate. Oh my God, my phone's just died. But that is because we've got Venus retrograde. It's because we've got Venus retrograde as well. And Venus is about money, and retrograde, you know, it means it appears to be going backwards. So definitely be careful with love stuff and money stuff. And we'll just make sure, you know, making sure that you actually want something. It's like, actually, see, with all this shit coming through about love, unless it was somebody from the past coming back, that would be that you wanted. Obviously, if it's an ex you don't want, that's a different story, but like that would be quite positive, or very positive. They're drawing me the word love when you say it, but be cautious still, you know, like don't go too fast and take it slow. And really, you know, I would ask a lot of questions about why now, but kind of like don't be too what am I trying to say? Just be cautious, because I certainly wouldn't suggest, sorry if this is planned, but I certainly wouldn't suggest, I wouldn't anyway, don't get married in a Venus retrograde. Like that's quite a big thing. Like I wouldn't get engaged or married in a Venus retrograde. And that's quite funny because I'll have pulled quite a lot of engagement cards, and I do see, I mean, someone will, don't know if anyone on here will, because it's like, it's a little bit like a Mercury retrograde. Like, unless there's a solid foundation of trust there, especially as someone just coming out the woodwork, even if it is your twin flame, it's there's a bit of shaky foundation there. Do you know what I mean? Like I would take it slow, you know, have fun, take it slow, but then, you know, it's just be cautious. Yeah, is what I'm saying. Right. But it actually can, it's a bit like Mercury retrograde, it can bring good love stuff back. Good love stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's already retrograde. Yeah, Venus is retrograde in Capricorn. So serious communication, the past coming back. Be mindful of any agreements or contracts at this time and seek professional advice where appropriate with me, if I resonate. If you're in a relationship, you may feel that it is at risk of a third party influence. Oh my God. Well, good golly gosh, when we're talking about these connections, there certainly is that going on, either right now or has been at some point. There usually always is. Addiction, such as gambling, but you see the third party could be something like this. Gambling, drugs, sex, alcoholism, and even food are indicated. And I did talk about, I'm going to be doing, well, I always do hypnotherapy for things like, you know, addictions and stuff like that, or like weight loss, or just shedding the weight of life that is bothering you, which are all connected. I do that all the time, but I'll be doing a bigger drive with all that sort of stuff in January, you know, after people Christmas eating and stuff. Being tempted by devilish behavior is leading you down a bad path. This health card encourages you to regain control of your life, building willpower, determination, using a step-by-step approach for support and encouragement. Ultimately, the temptation to be bad or let loose is having a negative effect on yourself and the people around you. If you're experiencing challenges with your personal habits at the moment, now is the time to develop structured or systematic coping strategies that you can lean on when you're tempted to be led astray. However, you are a conscious creator, so be accountable from your past and current choices and seek to change them in the present and in the future. All is not lost, but you must act if you wish to improve your circumstances. Continuing to ignore the problem will only make the situation worse. And that again is bringing me back to what you keep yourself busy with, not paying attention to what needs to be faced. In a lot of people's cases, it's feelings. Well, everyone's, I would say. Continuing to ignore the problem will only make the situation worse. Professional assistance is required now. Seek a suitable health practitioner or a shaman associated with your specific challenges. But again, you know, I am a counsellor and I'm a hypnotherapist, and I'm a life coach, as well as all these other things I mentioned, Reiki master too. I'm a healer. A healer kind of covers it all. So the shadow aspect is lack of impulse control, addiction, deception. And the crystal is fire a gate. The angelic assistance is Archangel Zachariah, I don't know. Major change, release, destructive tendencies, self-sabotage. I continue to make positive choices. I free my emotional burden. Boom. Right. I definitely need to go and rest my voice. So like I said, if you would like me to do a message for you, I'm going to go and charge my phone, and I will come back in about an hour or 2 hours, but I think I'll probably just come back in an hour so that I've got a couple hours in between my workshop. And if you want to join the workshop tonight, just go and check out that video where it's got the 2 swans in it, and that's got the details for tonight's Zoom. Other than that, thank you for joining me. This was fun. It was a lot longer than I meant it to be, but hey ho, we're just going with the flow that round. And remember, the message was go with the flow. Addictions have a few. Don't we all, Michelle? Don't we all? And we're working through them. You'll work through them. We're all working through them together. Right. So you're very welcome, Sophia. And I will see you in a little bit. Other than that, I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll see some of you that are in my membership, and anybody from the public that's joining later on tonight, 8 o'clock UK time. So how do I end this?